Our PineBlocks library is ready. So let's create a new page where we can use it. And let's save it. My new website. Yes, open it as project. And now, first we have to add the library to the project. So we go here, Manage Libraries and Plugins. If the library is not yet listed here, then we say Load Component Library. And we select the folder, the project folder, where we defined our blocks. Select, and then we also have to activate it. And now Pinegrow asks us if we want to add the resources of PineBlocks to our page or to the whole project. So at the moment our project has only one page, so these two options are the same. And if you remember, these are the resources that we set when we defined the library. So let's choose the option to add them to index.html. Okay, the resources were copied and added to the page. And we can see like CSS files and JavaScript files in the document. Let's go to lib panel, and there we can find our blocks. So let's just drag them to the page. Intro. And we just have to make sure that we put them in the right place, in the right order. And again, the document tree is the best tool to do that. Here we notice the text is not aligned, it's on the top, not in the center. The reason for that is that the alignment is done by JavaScript. In the case of the template that we used, that's not the best way to do it, but that's how it was done by our source template. So we have to refresh the page to rerun the JavaScript on the page. And nothing happened. But then, if you remember, we have a special block that contains the JavaScript code that initializes the plugins that are used on this page. So we have to add this block to the page. And now let's do it again. Refresh. And it worked. Now the content is aligned in the center. We can add more blocks. And once blocks are on the page, we can just edit the content, the layout, like we normally do. So let's try to change the image in the header. And if we inspect the header, it has one div and then container with the text. And if we show CSS rules, we see that the div has background class, and this class specifies the background image. So it's not a good idea to change the CSS rules in style sheets that belong to the block library, because if later we decide to update the resources, all our changes would be overwritten. So we have to do the changes in the style sheet of our page. So in that case, that's style CSS. But here we notice that if we define a background class in style CSS, it will still be overwritten, overpowered by the base combined CSS class background, because this style sheet is included after style CSS. And the reason why it is included after is that when we copy resources to the project, they're just appended to the head or to the body in the footer. So in such cases, we have to reorder style sheets or JavaScript files manually. So in this case, we'll just take style CSS and we'll put it at the end. And now if let's refresh. So style is now at the end. And if we add rule, background, and select the image, so here it is. We were able to override the style set in the block library. And in this way we can just go on and use our blocks to conveniently build websites. And we just set images, change the text, change the layout. We can do whatever we want, just like we normally do with our pages. We are not limited to building one-page websites, even though the blocks we are using now came from a one-page template. We can add as many pages as we want and add as many blocks as we want on those pages. But that's already the topic for our next video.